The Bears had their preseason debut on Saturday afternoon at home against the Miami Dolphins, and Andy Dalton handled a couple of series, and then in came Justin Fields, the guy that, like the 49ers, the Bears traded up to get. From the 49ers, it was 12-3. For the Bears, it was from 20 up to number 11. That's one that we really didn't see coming. The Bears going all in with a new quarterback, and Justin Fields completing 14 of 20 passes, 142 yards, 1 touchdown, 33 rushing yards, a rushing touchdown, and nothing happened that slowed in any way this train of momentum in Chicago.
Right.
To make Justin Fields the starter. They're so desperate for a franchise quarterback there. They want this kid on the field.
Yeah, I mean, again, like Pandora's box open there. I mean, to me, it's like Chicago, like the 49ers, was just like, yup, hey, everybody, yup, we're welcoming all the chatter about the quarterback and bring it all on. We're ready to take it all on and just, start pandemonium about the conversation about who should start. That's what it showed to me. But again, like Lance, and I'll say what Matt Nagy said too, very calm and relaxed and controlled, more controlled than Lance. The one thing Justin Fields showed is a variety of throws, just like this. Here's a little touch, Mike, that we was talking about. Maybe not the right read. I'd like to go back to that play. If he throws to the tailback at the top of the screen, if we could show that again, that'll be a touchdown. But either way, there was a lot of positive things to go about, and I did see a variety of throws and things like that, let alone what you saw when he got outside the tackle box and extended plays. I mean, yeah, his ability to run, it really pops off the screen. It's special. There's no doubt about that. To me, it's just going to be about the polish of the pass game and going through things and things like that. But either way, I don't know how you can't look at this and just go, who is that? Is that the quarterback, or is that our starting tailback turning the corner there? That's where it's really damn good, and he's going to be able to pose a lot of problems. And even without the polish in the passing game yet, when you can run like this, they can figure out other ways to make the offense go and make things go. So it was a very, I think, impressive start for Justin Fields. What I would say is, again, don't everybody look at the stats. There was very few legit NFL throws in that 14 out of 20. That's what we need to see more of. But, man, great start for both guys, especially Fields. And, what's expected of them, how they deliver, pretty damn good by Justin Fields.
That touchdown run by Fields had a Madden quality to it. He looked at one read, looked at another, and he realized, screw it, I can get there before anybody gets to me. Yeah. I'm going. Right. I'm gone. And that's an element that more and more coaches are looking for in their quarterbacks, because that's the line we've identified. The guys who can make something out of nothing when nothing's there, or the guys who just throw it away or take a sack or do whatever other than make it into a positive play. And that's what the 49ers hope to have in Lance, and that's what the Bears hope to have in Fields. And, it's funny. As you were talking about Fields' performance, Chris.
Yeah.
In my mind, the big apples to apples as it relates to whether or not the 49ers did the right thing in picking the quarterback they picked after trading up to 3 is Mac Jones, not Justin Fields. But remember, it was Fields or Jones or Lance. Fields kind of fell off early, and it came down to Jones and Lance. But I think we need to watch all 3 guys and ask ourselves, did they get the right one? Is this Fields and Lance connection something that's going to echo into the future years as they develop? And will Fields end up being the better guy? At this point, who knows? But it's something to keep an eye on.
No, you're right. Well, there's similar skill sets, right? So it's like, wait, if you wanted that quarterback, which one did you want? Fields or Lance? Lance or Fields? Fields or Lance? 49ers chose Lance. So, yeah, I think it's perfectly reasonable to, compare the two. It is a similar skill set. They can do damage with their legs. They got big-time arms and can do things like that. Where it comes down to me with Chicago, I look at the 49ers and go, Trey Lance, Jimmy Garoppolo, it doesn't matter to me. That offense is stacked, and they have Kyle Shanahan running the offense. They're going to be good. The Chicago one's interesting to me. I mean, we've all questioned the Bears' offense and Matt Nagy. I think everybody has. I'm not trying to break news here or anything like that. The drop-back pass game has yet to ever impress anybody to this point, which is what Andy Dalton would run. And that's where I get back to Justin Fields and go, for an offense that's kind of bland and not overly talented or creative or anything like that, he can bring something to that offense that, you know, I know Trey Lance can bring some of the 49ers offense, but Shanahan can make up for it in other ways with things he can do. You know, Fields is the interesting one to me. And of course, I don't think, like Matt Nagy said, the bright lights or the big moments or Sunday Night Football against the Rams in the opener, I don't think anything like that is going to faze Justin Fields. I think he can handle all of that type of stuff. And that's where I'm going to be interested to see where this thing goes in Chicago. Because like you said, anything you read there, they're like, start Justin Fields, the hell with it, let's start the new era. And I know the coaches and owners in the front office and everybody, you got to be hearing that too, right, Mike?
There's either a plan or it all happens organically. And maybe in Chicago, the plan was to keep saying, it's Dalton, it's Dalton, it's Dalton, it's Dalton, just to give Fields that opportunity to achieve something,
right,
to prove something,
right,
to be the better guy, to win the locker room over and have everyone realize, like the Seahawks did with Russell Wilson 9 years ago, this is the guy who needs to play. It doesn't feel forced. It doesn't feel handed to him.
Right.
It feels like he has earned it, and that's the way I think that you earn the respect of the teammates and you lay the foundation for rookie year and every year that follows.
I agreed. I mean, I think you do. You got to make it look like the guy earned it, outworked people, you know, outcompeted somebody and earned the job outright. It wasn't handed to him. Because if things do fall apart, you know, everybody's going to look at the coach and go, well, you did this. You just gave him the job. We all saw the tape. You didn't do, you know, he wasn't worthy of being the starter or whatever. But what we saw from both teams is they gave the green light to those quarterbacks to go ahead, go chase the starter, see if you can become the starting quarterback. You know, even that last play we showed with Justin Fields, if we could show that again, come on. You don't see that play in preseason, barely ever. Those are game plan, wait, this defense is too over-aggressive, we're going to have the tight end sneak out the backside and be wide open. And they called that play. And what, the late second, third quarter of the game? That, to me, again, just showed, like, we're going to give this guy every opportunity he wants there to go get it if he wants. He can go. We're going to get it. If he plays awesome, he'll be the starter. If he doesn't, okay, he won't, and we'll buy our time. But this type of play, like the Lance play, was a game plan, game design play to make the player look good, starter look good. Come on, we all know you could have hit this for a touchdown. There's no doubt about it.
I'm not so sure about that. Maybe.
But
Maybe.
Either way,
he was. That isn't exactly threading the needle, as Matt Casey pointed out on Saturday afternoon in our text thread.
No, but again, a lot of the you know, regular Joe football fan, he's not going to know. He's just going to look at that. Well, pretty throw, touchdown, and when Justin Fields is in, they score. Yeah. Right? Exactly. Yeah. So that's just going to continue and you know, fuel the flames of this conversation, and I think that's where it's interesting to see.
Hey, and look, the reality is, Fields was able to command that moment, see the guy wide open, get it to him. He didn't freak out.
Right.
After the game, he was asked about how nervous he did or didn't feel in his NFL debut. Let's have a listen.
Was there ever a point that there were jitters for you, or is it just another game?
Surprisingly, no. I was as calm as can be today. So, you know, I was just trying to take it play by play and really just win every play. And I think when you just focus on the moment, like, of course, I guess our whole point this week was just focus on today, focus on the moment. I was just trying to take it play by play and, you know, win the play. And that's what I was telling the O-line, and just take every play by play. Don't worry about the next play. Worry about this play. And we'll just keep stacking like that.
Hey, look, he's got the right mindset. We played the clip at the outset of the show, him saying that the game was slower than he thought it would be. He explained that that's because he goes against the Bears defense in practice every day, and that's one of the realities, one of the benefits of bringing in a young quarterback to a team with a really good defense. By the time he's facing other teams, he's going to be less likely to be freaked out because he's seen a pretty good defense on a regular basis, although it definitely changes when the red jersey comes off. But still, you know, check the box for Lance, check the box for Fields. Too early to make any broad proclamations, but based on what we saw, we see, as you said, teams that are giving the young quarterbacks every opportunity to earn the job.
Right. And they just got to take it. You know, they got to learn, again, the huddles process, the checks at the line of scrimmage. physically, I don't doubt either one of those guys can do it. There's no doubt about it. It's just really about, can they make the coach feel warm and cozy to really pull the trigger to make you the starter week 1? And like we saw the Trey Lance missing the guy on the all-out blitz, right? That's going to keep Shanahan up at night because he's now going to go, wait, in the opener, if they blitz us, I don't know if he's going to know where to go. So Trey Lance is going to have to prove that to him. I want to go back to the Justin Fields little clip real quick if we can, Matt Casey. Like, look at this play, Mike. I believe this is it. Look at the tailback out of the backfield. He throws a nice play here. But part of recognizing the coverage, look at the back out of the backfield. He's gone. See the guy? He went underneath them, right? Those are little things that, hey, Matt Nagy will go in the film room and go, hey, that's a great ball by you, Justin. I don't mind you throwing the ball here. But when you see the linebacker come in with the running back and cover him man-to-man and go underneath the tight end up top, you got to be alert for that because that's scoreboard, strike up the band, here we go, things like that. And I'm not
hang on a second. Help me understand this.
Right.
Okay? Because I'm looking at Fields.
I know.
He's got his first read in the progression.
Yes.
He's looking at the receiver. How's he going to see? How's he even going to begin to see the tailback's popping free like that?
Right, because when does
the light bulb come on for him? Is it when the linebacker fails to get across? Help me understand.
Right, that's a great question. Really, it would start pre-snap. Like Brady, Rodgers, those guys would even go pre-snap and go, because they motioned this tailback. We don't have the whole clip from outside. At first, it was an empty set, Mike. He was all the way outside by the sideline up top and then came in. So those would be the clues, like, right, a quarterback gets to go, wait, there's a tight end and a running back here, and there's 2 linebackers covering the man-to-man. The corners are all on the other side against the receivers. So it's man coverage. So you got to be alert to at least look at those guys here. His read to his left is not wrong, but it doesn't maximize the plays with what could have been had here, is what I'm basically saying. He's not wrong. He's not going to be graded negatively, but once he sees the 2 linebackers man-to-man up top to what we're talking about, and then what you said, Mike, then, okay, he says set hut, and if you see that linebacker who's covering the back go underneath the Cole Kmet or that tight end there, that's when you got to go, oh, wait, I'm going to stay over here on this side and give this guy a chance, and maybe we get a home run ball or something like that. And again, it's not crucial. It's just a little thing I'm talking about, again, that, development of quarterback. I'm not trying to say anything bad about Justin Fields because he had a phenomenal showing, but you see at the top of the screen, he's gone. He's beat his guy. This was a good place, but you could see at the top there, and those are little things he'll, continue to learn as he goes through practice and things like that. To your point, Mike, he plays against a good defense in Chicago where I bet you his linebackers have not gone underneath a whole lot like that either, to where he's probably like, man, I haven't got that throw in a while. I might not get it, so I'm going to play over here. But he'll continue to learn. There's no doubt.
And I think that the way you explained that was useful, very useful, because I think it will help the viewer and the listener understand this is the kind of stuff that goes down in the meeting rooms. This is the kind of nuance that gets discussed. And this is the kind of thing you look for on film. When you're studying film, this is why they spend all those hours doing it, because if you're game planning for an opponent, if you do it right, you're going to know what the tendency is of that linebacker in a situation like that, and you're going to be more alert for the opportunity for the tailback to go running by him. It's not going to be an accident or a fluke that just kind of happened on a Saturday afternoon in August. It's going to be something that you've noticed in a certain setting, certain situation, patterns repeat themselves, and that's what separates the best of the best from the guys who just have the skills, but they can't quite get to the point where they know how to put it all together.
Right, that's right. It's putting it all together, and it's like we always talk about maximizing plays, what's there to be had, maximizing the amount of points you get out on the field and all of those things. And Justin Fields is special. We know that. And he can make plays outside the pocket, off schedule. But at the end of the day, guys like me, I'm going to judge them a little more critically on in the pocket, making throws, making the right decisions, because, again, what we're seeing in the NFL is still that's what's winning football games. And I do believe both of these guys could do it. Just got to see it more and got to see it consistently.
Well, the Bears and the Bills get together this weekend, Saturday, 1 o'clock Eastern time in Chicago. Your boy Blue with his big contract. And it sounds like, and I know you had concerns about Justin Fields pre-draft, but you do have an open mind.
Always.
And you're willing to see what he does in the NFL. So we'll see what he can do.
I hope he craps all over me and proves me wrong. I never root against the player. I know he's a good guy, everything like that. I really do.
I'll settle for him just proving you wrong.
Okay, let's just go there. You're right.
Let's just go with that.
I was trying to prove a point.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.